lot of sharp dressers coming off that Spurs bus as they arrived at the arena, pumped up and primed for action. Hello, and thanks for joining us, folks, for this midweek NBA action on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA, take it away.
Hey, Kevin. Now, the Timberwolves last season made the playoffs for just the second time in 18 seasons. All-star Karl Anthony Towns says this team wants to play defense and wants to be great. We're building an identity and culture, and every day we got to work at it and cement it. Kevin, they could finally be onto something.
I hope they are, and I hope he is. He's a terrific all-star. Trending well for sure, Dave. Thanks. A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. We've got Johnson. Jones is out there with Lee. Then it's Collins. And it's Sohan in at the 4 spot. And for Minnesota, underneath in the post, Towns and Gobert. Sliding in at the wing, it'll be Edwards and McDaniels. And it's Conley in at the 1 spot. And on the floor tonight, a collection of some of the league's brightest young players.
And make no mistake about it, these guys are a work in progress, but the talent is undeniable. Can't wait to see who becomes the alpha dog in this group.
And the Spurs start out with the ball. Lee outside. Latrey buries it from three-point range.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Conley against Jones. Poke loose. Oh, and here we go with Lee. Nobody. Oh, the power on that threw down.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Here's Conley. Just could not put it together in that loss to San Antonio. Down low. Here's Towns. That's in there. Conley with the assist.
Well, if you want to pinpoint one thing about Mike Conley, it's his feel for the game. That's a pretty pass.
Lee gets the bucket.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
I think that's the one thing every player is searching for, consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
Here's Conley following the three-pointer by San Antonio. It's stolen by Jones. Right side, Lee. Shoots the 3. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for San Antonio.
Right off the bat, they're going after the ball, looking to jump into the passing lanes and create some steals in transition.
Yeah, they've also been alert and active on the defensive end, creating turnovers and turning those into points on the offensive end.
They've been looking out of sorts in the last few possessions.
And this is when you need to be patient. Find a high percentage shot and have some floor balance.
And again, Minnesota will turn it over. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now. These, the new power rankings, they tell a great story. Taking a look at New York, they've achieved some upward momentum, climbing to the 5th spot on the board.
And San Antonio, they've sure made a statement here early on, outpacing some teams that were expected to be better, owning that top spot and defending it with pride. And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
Let's see the stat sheet here on Mike Conley. He had a strong showing last season. Averaged about 13 points a game last season, 5 assists and 3 rebounds. You know, you look at the numbers and you think that this is great, but we know that he's capable of even bigger
production.
You know, the numbers look okay, but the eye test tells us unequivocally he is capable of more. That is the sign of a star right there.
And now in transition is Lee. Here we go. Lets it go from deep. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Crushing it right now. They've done an excellent job of spacing the floor.
And what surprises me is the defense hasn't done anything to take away that three-point shot. That has been their preferred weapon tonight.
Pass to Conley. Gobert with the screen on Lee. Conley the pass to Gobert. 4 on the shot clock. McDaniels dishes to Edwards. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Let's take a look at last year's leading shot blockers. You don't want one of these guys in front of you when you're coming down the lane. Rudy Gobert, third.
And shot blocking is the element of the game that I think he cares about the most. That's where he puts in that effort and energy.
Doris, one thing that stood out about the Timberwolves last season was their fast-paced play.
No doubt, Kevin, and you can trace that directly to the head coaching position in Chris Finch. This is a group that loved to push the basketball up the floor, wanted to catch defenses before they had a chance to dig in the half court. And remember, that is the classic mark of a youthful team, particularly one with the athleticism that Anthony Edwards brings.
Getting another opportunity here to see that powerful rejection.
And making a statement right away, letting them know they won't get any easy ones when he's around.
Now here's Edwards. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Knocked away. Lee with the steal. The finish.
Oh!
And that one is stuffed right through.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
Minnesota calls timeout.
See the numbers for Rudy Gobert.
Last season, he played outstanding. First in field goal percentage, and he ranked third in the league in blocks. He's just a fearsome deterrent around the rim.
And getting back to the fact that he led the league in rebounding, you know how hard that is? What a tremendous asset to the team. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, they get a hand on it, and so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. Spurs on defense. Towns a screen on Jones. Conley the pass to Edwards. Back to Conley. Towns kicks to McDaniels.
Boy, just 1 for 4. A little brisky right now.
And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Here's Lee outside. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Hard to believe you could have this kind of a flow. Unbelievable.
Edwards against Lee. Edwards, that's good.
Anthony Edwards in the painted area is going to be a force. Size, strength, and hops. Look out.
Lee outside. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Jones has got 5 assists in the game.
3-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Now here's Edwards. Six to shoot. Back to Conley. Pass to Edwards. Lets the 3 fly. And Lee pulls it down.
Right now trying to get into a rhythm, but so far this quarter, boy, he is struggling to make anything go down.
And it's good for 2.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for Minnesota. Lee with the steal. Beyond the arc. Good! Another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Edwards against Lee. Gobert with a screen for Edwards. Feeds to Gobert. Over in the corner, McDaniels. Gobert with a screen on Johnson. Stolen by Collins. They break it out 5 on 3. Here's Lee. Another one falls for San Antonio.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Knocks it loose. Lee with the steal. And Lee with the stuff.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Minnesota with the ball. After the basket by San Antonio. Minnesota again turning it over.
Not a fan of those kinds of passes.
Minnesota making some changes. Reed, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Kyle Anderson comes in for McDaniels. And it's Noel in for Mike Conley. Lee outside. Puts up a 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Lee's got 45 points.
I am simply blown away by his accuracy. He has made every shot, and what's most important, his team is winning.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
One of those nights where the wheels come off, nerves seem to be playing a factor.
Prince is checked in for Towns. Lee against Edwards. For the 3. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Nabbing another steal.
Oh,
wow.
The pretty dunk brings down the house.
Gracious.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Traps in the tray.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
Cranes it from beyond the arc. 56 points for Maverick.
And guys, they've allowed an embarrassing number of points off those turnovers.
Pass to Anderson. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
When you watch Taurean Prince play, you know it's about team. This guy finds the open man and loves delivering it.
Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. 6 on the shot clock. Left side Anderson. It's deflected. And a wide open look for Lee. And good! There's another.
Make that 61 point.
Yep, everything is going his way right now. And so it's San Antonio, enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. We'll return shortly. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Spurs team out there.
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends. And
so it's Minnesota with it on the court for San Antonio here in the second. Lee out there with Devontae Graham. Then there's Devin Vassell. And it's Bassey in at the center, filling out the middle. Reed kicks to Anderson. To the middle. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lee with the block. Greg, Father Time is undefeated, and every player has to make the decision when it's time to retire. How big a factor was age for you?
Well, you don't want to leave anything on the table, but your body will tell you when it's time. I know that was the case for me.
Here's Lee following the basket by Kyle Anderson. And the basket by Vassell.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here's Anderson. Here's Noel. Plays it up and banks it in.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
To the paint. Here's Bassey. And it's San Antonio with another.
Assisted by Lee.
Here's Noel. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. And the pass to Reed. A beautiful reverse layup.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Lee passes to Graham. Again, the Spurs good for 2. The Minnesota Timberwolves come into this one following a loss to the Spurs. To the inside, picked off in midair. And a fast break now for the Spurs.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
It ended in the bubble, but how about the Spurs playoff streak? 22 consecutive seasons, Greg, coming to an end.
Kevin, making it every year from 1998 to 2019, winning 5 titles over that span, and having the same head coach certainly helped that streak. So did having, though, a couple Hall of Fame. Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Lee with the steal. Inside. Graham with the bucket. Graham's got 4 points this quarter.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Anderson passes to Reed. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
To the middle, Bassey. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
That's what we call a power finish. There's no such thing as gentle for the big man.
Here is Edwards. Passes it to Reed. Got a piece of it. And another steal for him. His anticipation. That's a great dunk.
He's an athletic freak.
Wow.
A move straight out of the circus. It's showtime.
Yeah, that might be too wild, in fact, Greg, for the circus.
For his coach, holding his breath partly because of the spectacle.
There's 31 seconds left in the first half of the game. Doubled by Lee, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation. San Antonio's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. It's good from long range.
And he gives up some size on that play, but the defender fails to close the gap.
It's incredible to me how players have become so adept at creating just enough space to get the shot off. Nicely done.
Connects from three-point range.
3 points.
Well, for a big man, his stroke is just beautiful, and because of the height, it's so hard to challenge.
1 second left. Not going to go that time. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. They've been playing some ferocious defense. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Here with Greg Popovich. Pop, what did you see in the first half?
We had ball movement. You know, we weren't in mud. The guys were in attack mode. Nobody held the ball. You know, you pass, catch, or shoot. And we did that a lot in the first half.
Yeah, you had them swiveling, Coach. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
Greetings, everybody. Before we review the first half, let's take an early season peek at how the Western Conference is shaking out so far.
When I look at San Antonio, they've been pretty much the team we thought they'd be. They were kicking into high gear mode every night. I like how they don't take lesser teams for granted. Just a matter of keeping it up for the long haul.
And now let's talk about the first half we just watched. A fantastic performance for the San Antonio Spurs.
Coach has to be loving the all-around production. Each guy carrying his weight. That's a luxury to have, and it's fun to watch.
Yeah, total team effort tonight. And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. What can you say? Lee, an impressive effort here today.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
That takes a level of aggression and a level of focus, and he has brought it all night thus far.
Out on the perimeter, Edwards and Anderson. Two big men inside, Towns and Gobert. And it's Conley in at the one. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half.
Just no chance there for the defense. Major size disadvantage. He's got no business trying to stop that slam. Just get out of the way.
It's Edwards on the wing. And he drives in. Johnson with the block.
Get that out of here. I don't even want to see that. Johnson showing his explosiveness at the defensive end.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. McDaniels checked in. Lee against Edwards. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Well, pick and roll action. Anthony Edwards is thinking score first. Good decision right there.
And another one.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal. An offensive onslaught. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third to the inside. Clock at 6. Towns, the screen. McDaniels passes to Towns. There's Lee with the 3. And again, it's San Antonio with the 3.
How about the range on that jump shot? I love seeing this guy when he's in form.
Tipped away. Lee with the steal. For the finish. Yet another bucket. 71 points and no end in sight.
Young fella is in the zone. The defense right now looks helpless.
And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was. Pass to McDaniels. Here's Towns. And nothing is falling for him right now.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Connects again from distance. He's really sniping them from outside.
Locked in, feeling confident in that three-point shot.
Edwards looking it over. Count that one. Edwards got 6 points.
Well, That's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Lee outside, and again, it's the Spurs from deep.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
And Greg, Keldon Johnson is listed at 6'5", but he plays much bigger than that.
He has the strength to fight for rebounds with anybody. Fearless on the court and plays with an endless motor. His strength and willingness to use it makes him valuable.
Outside Conley. He swipes the ball away again.
And he's just been able to anticipate their every move.
Yeah, you're right. An absolute pest on the defensive end. And a quick look at how the Minnesota Timberwolves schedule is shaping up. On Friday, they'll go up against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. Then on Sunday, they'll begin a road trip starting in San Antonio and going up against the Spurs. Hot loose. They double-team Conley. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
Jump ball.
Lee against Towns. Hits it again. Wow. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Lee with the steal. In transition, here come the Spurs. Lee's running, jacks up a three, and again, it's the Spurs from deep.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Conley kicks to McDaniels. Gobert with a screen on Johnson. Poked away. Here's Lee outside. That one falls, coming off the Johnson feet. Johnson's got his third assist on the night. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Spurs?
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. The reviews have been good for the league's moves to eliminate foul calls on non-basketball moves. The NBA said it wanted the game to be played, not manipulated. Draymond Green says it helps to know that you'll have more of a fair opportunity as a defender. Guys can't just cheat the system. Kevin, back to you.
That's great to see, David. Thank you. Shots good by Lee.
And what's gotten into him today? This is getting ridiculous.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
McDaniels passes to Towns. And here again, the Spurs in transition. Up the court they go. And the Spurs scoring again.
Another turnover there leading to a basket.
Jones with it. Conley picks him up. Lee outside. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
This guy has been unstoppable. It has not mattered at all what the defense throws at him. He's had an answer.
Lee with the steal. Lets it go with a three. And again for three. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
Down low to end the run. And it's laid in by Edwards. 8 points for Anthony Edwards.
That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
Here's Lee, and another one falls.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. .131 left in the third.
And last year, Minnesota had a tough end to their season. In their 10th playoff appearance, they made their 9th first-round exit. Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrapper.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. In transition, here come the Spurs. Lee's running.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
For Minnesota, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. They double-team Conley, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones. And a chance to now check out the scoring distribution between the front court and the back court players tonight for the Spurs.
And they haven't needed a whole lot of work done inside because of what their guards are doing. It's been an outstanding performance by the fellas in that backcourt.
And here is Conley. Wants to get it to Edwards and does. Yep, that one goes. Edwards got 8 points in the quarter.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Here's Lee outside. Good! Another from 3. He's really sniping them from outside.
Locked in, feeling confident in that three-point shot.
And another steal for him. His anticipation has been off the charts.
Swiping the ball away with just such ease. That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that's certain. Oh, that's unbelievable. You know, they barely needed other contributions. This lead has been built through his offense.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Towns finds Gobert. Lee with the steal. And here we go. Lee heading to the hoop. Over Conley. Another bucket. Wow. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession.
Substitution on the court.
Just 4 seconds left to play in the third. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. It's the Spurs opening up a huge gap. And will return shortly. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the floor for San Antonio, we've got Lee. He's out there with Devontae Graham. And it's Bates Diop in at the power forward position.
I tell you what, I don't know what he did in the locker room, but he needs to do a little bit more of it because he's on fire.
And so it's Minnesota with it. Ball's knocked loose. It's out of bounds. They are saying it was touched by Lee. And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
And this is how you protect and grow a lead, by making a huge effort on that end of the floor.
Prince with it. Pass to Noel. Now here's Prince. Just 4 to shoot. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. And so it's San Antonio with it. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. It'll be the first of 4 played at home for him.
Oh, here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim. Timberwolves shooting 43% from the field. Alexander Walker passes to Noel. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Reed gets the bucket.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Lee outside. Launches it. Good, he hits again.
He is simply unconscious here tonight. Nobody can stop him right now.
GA, the points keep coming, and he's climbing up that scoring ladder. Third on the list, well in sight.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. And the Timberwolves with possession here. That's tipped. Here's Lee. Oh,
wow.
Goodness.
Where did that come from?
Holy goodness.
That was beautiful. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. The pass to Reed. Here's Alexander Walker. In recent years, Doris, we've really seen the Players Association stepping up and address player needs and, at the same time, global social issues.
Kevin, it's been absolutely inspiring to see the players use the tools they have at their advantage and their disposal. They want to...
And got it! Another basket!
And that score moving him clear into third all-time for scoring in a game.
Well, GA, you just knew it was a matter of time the way he's been playing. I'm sure he's not finished either. Prince with a screen on Graham. In transition, here comes San Antonio, and Graham throws it down.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
Here's Alexander Walker, covered by Lee, and stolen by Graham. And now in transition is Lee. Here we go. And Lee with the stuff.
Every team looking to get easy ones in transition.
We call that one the do-it-yourself kit.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Lee with the steal. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And finished off by Graham.
Yeah, and ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball offensively.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
Here's Alexander Walker, covered by Lee. Passes to Noel. Prince with a screen on Graham. Here's Alexander Walker. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Alexander Walker's got his first bucket in this one. Diop, the pass to Lee. For three. Hits the three-point bomb.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Boy, the three-point arc has...
Nabbing another steal.
Steal after steal. He's been everywhere.
Oh, he's on a historic pace. Greg, he's approaching third most steals for a game.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Oh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. With the teardrop, got a piece of it. And again, San Antonio running the court in transition. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Well, when you're in transition, the pass should lead the break, and that's exactly what was done and easy to.
Lately, as we've seen, Doris, a few small market teams stockpiling picks to the extreme. What do you think of that strategy?
Well, the organization that is fully committed to stockpiling picks is clearly the Oklahoma City Thunder. We have yet to see them come out on the other side and build a contending team.
He swipes the ball away again.
He's making history, tied for third most steals in a single game.
Incredible tenacity. He continues to hound the ball. Here's Alexander Walker. Shot to stop the run. Graham with the rebound.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
Putting on a clinic this quarter. I mean, what a tremendous outburst scoring-wise.
Out to the right wing. Outside now, and another steal for him.
Just a suffocating defensive performance.
And he's made history, GA. A new third-place mark for most steals in a game.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. And stolen by Graham. Lee outside. And Lee with the stuff.
Well, they've won the battle of transition buckets, and those easy points have helped them build this lead.
Well, this is their pace. This is exactly how they want to play. A little fast, a little loose.
Knocked away. Lee with the steal. And Lee with the stuff.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Here's Alexander Walker, covered by Lee. Prince outside, pass to Noel. For a while, the East was all LeBron. And the West? Of course, as we know, the West was dominated by Golden State. But now, does the league, do you feel more wide open?
Well, certainly, when you look at last season, I thought there were 4 teams in the East that absolutely had a shot to make the finals. Contingent on health. Obviously, Milwaukee, without Chris Middleton, struggled to get over the finish line. In the West, you had 3 teams who I thought legitimately could advance. So certainly the gap between playoff teams feels smaller.
Lee with the steal. Oh, and here we go with Lee. Nobody back.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for San Antonio.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year. Actually, their 5th win on the year.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Maverick.
He did it all tonight, making an impact with more than just his scoring. How about the fact that he got a triple-double?
Some changes for Minnesota. Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Karl Anthony Towns comes in for Knight. And it's Edwards in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Johnson's checked in. Here's Edwards. It's deflected. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Lee goes in.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
Noel passes to Towns. Shot clock at 6. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. That's a 2 from Lee. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And now, our New Balance player of the game, Maverick.
Let's meet your San Antonio Spurs. 6'8", starting at forward, number 10, Jeremy Sohan. 6'1", guard, number 33, Trey Jones. 6'11", at center, number 23, Zach Collins. 6'5", at forward, number 3, Keldon Johnson. 6'7", at guard, number 7, Max Lee.
Welcome, folks, and what better way to celebrate the end of the week? Friday night basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Brian Anderson, here with Grant Hill, Steve Smith, and Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Well, last season, DeMar DeRozan set the all-time record for consecutive games with over 35 points and above 50% field goal shooting, surpassing the great Wilt Chamberlain. DeMar said, quote, "As a fan of the history of the game, to have the privilege of these opportunities, it's something I never take for granted." Brian?
Oh, incredible. Thanks, Allie. And here in October, we have a little indication of what may be coming in the East. You look at the Bulls. Not the start they were hoping for. They're in the bottom half of their conference.
When I look at Chicago, this year hasn't worked out for them at all. They were being talked about as a title contender in the preseason.
And that's what's been so hard for this team and its fans. Those expectations, the hopes were so high for them coming into this year, and then it went all south. What a disappointment.
And now the opening lineup for Chicago. DeMar DeRozan is out there with Nikola Vucevic. Then it's Lonzo Ball. Then there's Zach LaVine. And it's White in at the shooting guard position. And for the Spurs, they've got Johnson. And it's Lee in at the 2.
Oh, guys, the city of Chicago is used to the highest standards. The shadow of those Michael Jordan teams still looms large.
Beyond the arc. Buries it from 3.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
DeRozan double team. And we're going to have a jump ball. It feels like once you get a taste of winning, you never want that to end, Grant.
But the reality is, for most franchises, it does end for long periods of time. I hope the fans do appreciate this current Bulls team. There's something to be proud of.
Here's Lee. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
Now here's White. On the wing, DeRozan. Vucevic, a screen on Jones. DeRozan. They double-team LaVine. The Bulls need to get off a shot. Here's Vucevic. That one a little long. San Antonio has gone 2 of 2 at the perimeter. Here's Lee. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Well, this gives you some confidence when you drop 3 straight to start the game.
Lee's got a perfect 3 for 3 so far. Knocked loose. Takes a 3. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over.
You know what to do. Make some noise! Okay, everybody, let's get loud for your first breaker. Thank you, Spurs Breakers.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone by. Floats one. Oh, and Johnson with a block.
Tenacious swat by Keldon Johnson. He got that one.
Now here's DeRozan. He chipped in with 13 points in his last game. Shot clock at 5 to end the run. And White lays it in. And looking at the way the game is played now, Smitty, feels like you'd be a perennial all-star.
All right, B.A., I appreciate that. Certainly it would be a lot of fun to play in this wide-open style, but not fun to switch on guys like LeBron and Embiid.
Ball against Jones. Pass to White. The kick out to Ball. And that's out of bounds. Last touch by White. And checking the 2K leaderboard. These teams led the league in three-point percentage last year. Fourth, the Bulls.
The way they shot the ball from the three-point line last year was sensational. It's a huge staple of their offense.
Here's Lee. He's guarded by White. Lee misses. The Bulls have gone 1 for 3 so far. Up top Ball. Collins defending. The kick out to Ball. Here's Vucevic using his post moves to get the 2 points.
There's no secret that Lonzo is an elite facilitator. If you're open, he will get you the ball.
Here's Lee. Sends it home from three-point land. Lee's got 18 points in the game.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
Out of bounds. It'll be Bulls ball.
Bulls ball.
Knocked away. Back come the Spurs in transition. Up the floor. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
And early on, they've been on a tear. Just getting whatever they want offensively.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
Now here's Ball. Now quiet so far offensively. Searching for his first points of the game. Here's Lee. Offline with a 3. The Bulls have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor.
DeRozan just keeps getting better. Incredible longevity. Started every game after his rookie season.
Nails it from beyond the arc. All right, let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Spurs.
The way they've been going after steals in this game, it has been super impressive. They are wreaking havoc right now.
And they've done a tremendous job just creating havoc defensively. Active hands have led to tons of turnovers that they've capitalized on.
Here's Ball. Boy, he's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Jones with the ball. Now guarded by White. And he's going for the lob. And here's Ball. Here's Lee. And again, it's San Antonio with a three.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
On the break. From downtown. And again, it's San Antonio with a three.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
For 3. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Pass to DeRozan. Now the Spurs moving it up the floor.
He's got bunnies. Sohan, a high flyer.
Matt Lee.
And so here is Chicago. They're moving on after a tough loss they took at the hands of the Pacers.
Yeah, they found some decent looks, but the shots just weren't falling. Sometimes it goes like that.
They never really got into a rhythm despite trying a few different things. Sometimes it's just not your night.
Johnson with it. Guarded now by Ball. Here's Lee. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Their ability to space the floor has been the story of this game.
If you love analytics, this is what this is all about. They favor the 3-ball. You can pile up points in a hurry.
And here they go on a free run to the bucket. Levine with it. Looking for his first basket, still in this one. Ball passes to Vucevic. Inside. Here's DeRozan. That one falls. Coming off the Vucevic feed.
Good instincts from Nikola. Finding the open man.
Here's Lee. And again for 3. Man, he's really launching him from outside the arc.
Man, so locked in. Feeling confident in his 3-point shot tonight.
And they double up Ball. Pass to Vucevic. On the wing, Levine. Back to White. 6 to shoot. To the middle. And that's out of bounds. Last touch by White. And Smitty, Greg Popovich, you play for him, his 27th season as coach of the Spurs. How many more you think he has in him?
Well, B.A., he's accomplished everything one could hope to in his career. I mean, he has 5 titles, B.A., most wins in NBA coaching history. Now he's just coaching for the love.
Nails it from 3. He's got 39.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of 3-pointers.
To the paint. Here's White. Soft touch off the glass.
That's good awareness from DeRozan. Spots the open man. That speaks to his all-around game.
From behind the arc. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Ball's double. Oh, they get a hand on it. Tries to save it. And it's out of bounds. Still Chicago's ball. Bassey, he's checked in for Collins. And a change for the Bulls. Caruso, he's checked in for White. Graham against Ball. And stolen by Graham.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
They came in prepared, focused, and really jumped on the other team early.
For Chicago, they've gone 4 of 6 in the first quarter. Yet another steal from him.
Got to be careful around him.
Man, he's been incredible at coming up with steals. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
To the wing, right side. Back to DeRozan. Drummond with the screen. Pass to Ball. Drummond with the ball. Blocked! And so it's San Antonio showing no mercy and just piling it on, looking dominant and focused right now. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. More 2K action in just a moment. Just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a comfortable margin for the Spurs here, guys.
I'll tell you what, judging from that first period, you have to love what they're doing offensively.
Crushing it, absolutely crushing it. Shooting lights out, building a big lead here early on.
And so here is Chicago, and going against San Antonio, their first meeting of the year.
These teams were similar last year, both in how they treated this head-to-head matchup and where they finished in the standings.
Win one, lose one. This might be the case again for both teams this coming season.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Bulls. We've got ball. Andre Drummond is out there with DeMar DeRozan. Then it's Alex Caruso, and it's Williams in at the 3. Now here's Caruso. Yes, great play by DeRozan to set him up.
Caruso likes to take high percentage shots. He works hard to get inside looks.
And about Caruso, he's not a stat stuffer, Smitty, but he does everything.
No doubt about that, B.A. Not flashy on the court, but at the end of the night, he's done a little bit of everything. The ultimate floor general.
Oh, and a fast break for the Spurs. Pass to Graham. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
He swipes the ball away again.
He's able to anticipate their every move.
An absolute pest on the defensive end.
I just love the ball move.
Every trip up the floor gets more and more important.
Yes, indeed. They badly want to stop the bleeding here.
Drummond, the screen on Graham. Ball passes to Drummond. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
Timing perfect on the pick and roll. Drummond showing good feel for this play.
On the wing, Vassell. Launches it. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Back to Caruso. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
You got to have your stars be unselfish at times. And DeMar DeRozan, he did that on that play.
Pass to Bassi. Counted. Good.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
A uncontested shot at the rim. You have to compete at all times.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Here's Lee. Against Minnesota, he was really on his game. Vassell shot is good.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
Got a piece of it. And another fast break opportunity for the Spurs. Here we go.
Though Devontae is a natural-born scorer, he's developed into a solid playmaker as well.
Impressive looks on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 3 to begin the second. Pass to Williams. Back to Ball. Williams, a screen on Graham. Now here's Ball. The D's right on him. Back come the Spurs in transition.
They're really in control on both ends of the floor right now, forcing turnovers and finding easy points while the other guys struggle to keep up.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, the NBA markets itself behind its star players, but Commissioner Adam Silver understands what makes the game tick. He said, quote, "This is a team sport. In order to truly win championships and compete at the highest level, all the players have to come together."
So true, Allie. Thank you.
He's shaking the hoop. He's actually shaking the whole building.
Oh, what a slam. Look here, the fans going crazy right now.
To give you an idea of how good the Bulls were last season, they spent 56 days atop the Eastern Conference, but ultimately they couldn't overcome the injury to Lonzo Ball.
Williams' shot is good.
Alex Caruso, he can make that pass in his sleep.
San Antonio's got it going from deep. 3 for 3 so far in the quarter. Here's Lee. And again, it's San Antonio with a three. And Smitty, that was the story in the East last season. So many injuries.
It was, B.A., both in the regular season and in the playoffs. They had that next man up mentality. But when one of your stars goes down, there's not much you can do.
They're turning it over, and their opponent isn't. That's the difference.
Here he goes. And there's the slam. Dunk to finish it off.
And taking a look at this first half, they've just shown better shot selection.
What they have done is ran their plays all the way through until they get something they like.
Here's DeRozan. The Spurs making their last shot. Pass the ball. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Spurs
with a break here, let's see which teams racked up the assists during last year's campaign. The Spurs, second.
Distributing the ball is so important in this game. If you don't move the basketball, your team will ultimately not be successful. Bottom line.
Hits yet again. Wow!
Oh, make that 61 points.
Everything is going his way right now. The Bulls have gotten off to a perfect 4 for 4 start in the second. Ball's doubled. And out of bounds. San Antonio will have it.
You want unselfishness, but you also need to keep it under control.
So both teams making some changes here. On offense, here are the Spurs. Minnesota will be traveling to face them after this game. It'll be the second game of 4 straight at home. And the basket by Lee.
He's dropping the 3 ball with incredible consistency. What a barrage here in the first half.
Now here's Levine. Well, no scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Now, I know he makes it look easy, but it takes incredible physical tools to pull that off.
Athleticism and explosion. That's tipped. Here's Lee with the drive, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
It looks like he's been working on that one. Finally got a chance to break it out.
Yeah, he knows how to make those jams memorable, doesn't he? Outside Levine. White against Graham. White the pass to Green. Green with a screen on Johnson. Just 4 to shoot. Over to the wing. Here's Drummond. And it's blocked by Collins. And a moment to check out who the San Antonio Spurs have coming up. On Sunday, they'll be taking on Rudy Gobert and the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then on Wednesday, they'll host the Toronto Raptors.
And for their matchup with the Nuggets, it's the second game of a back-to-back. So you know there'll be some heavy legs out there. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes its toll on your body. And the slam was so good. But the dribble move he made to get there was a thing of beauty.
Absolutely. What a slick play. Oh, connects again.
What a game from him. 72 points.
And he's been simply sensational throughout this one. Hook loose. Here's Lee driving in. And that one is stuffed right through.
He's really taken a hold of this first half and made it his. He is making all the right decisions out there.
And here they go on a free run to the bucket. Outside, Green nabbing another steal.
He's able to anticipate their every move.
An absolute pest on the defensive end.
He's a living highlight reel.
Seriously, that could end up being one of the best dunks of the year. For Chicago, they've gone a terrific 4 of 5 here in the second quarter. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Looking to end the drought. Good, and it's DeRozan who picks up the assist. DeRozan's got 4 assists in the game.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
The shot by Johnson, no good. Here's Lee. And that one drops for him.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
The reason why they stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
Thanks. I'm here with Spurs head coach Greg Popovich. Coach, how do you get this team playing so efficiently at the offensive end?
I beg my butt off constantly. It's embarrassing.
At least the begging's paying off, though. Good luck in the second half. Thanks, Coach.
Okay, Allie, appreciate it. And folks, we'll be back after halftime to begin the third quarter.
Welcome, everybody. This game revealing a big disparity in play. What a performance so far for the San Antonio Spurs.
They've got the defense seeing double. Quick ball movement. Defenders are a step behind. It's no wonder this lead is probably insurmountable.
Inside, outside, dink, dunk, swing. I'm dizzy. That's why I'm about to drink some of this shake.
And let's take a look at the standings as the Western Conference starts to come into focus.
Looking at San Antonio, they've been incredible out the gates. You could see this coming. We talked about this, and the way they prepared for the season was tremendous.
And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the third quarter.
With a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Well, you ask any team executive, they're all looking for the next Giannis. The problem is there aren't many like Giannis.
That is so true, B.A. Good luck with that, team executives. But reality, look, with the way the NBA game has evolved, positionless basketball is what it's all about. You combine that with size, skill, and talent, that's a dangerous combination, and that's what every team needs.
We've got Zach Collins, and it's Jones in at the 1. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. Pass the ball. Ball's doubled. Now here's DeRozan. Oh, and a fast break for the Spurs. And another one. And there it is. 82 points.
This is a game that he will never forget. I know I won't.
Ball passes to Vucevic. Here's White. That one falls. Coming off the Vucevic feed. Vucevic has got 3 assists tonight.
Terrific play in the paint by Kobe White. Uses his athleticism to find a shot.
And out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. And for those tuning in, we're about a minute into this second half. To the inside. Here's Jones. Nice dish, and the layup goes down.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Oh, Oh, and a fast break for the Spurs. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Great recognition. Understanding that one is all him.
Sometimes that's the call. You want to be unselfish, but even more so, you want to be effective.
And Spurs coach Greg Popovich last season moving into first all-time for coaching wins, Graham.
That's right, B.A. I mean, all those wins coming with one organization, the Spurs. Now, when he hangs up his whistle, he'll be in the conversation for the greatest coach in NBA history.
Now here's Levine. Well, he hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure that'll change. Jones against Ball. 5 to shoot. And here come the Spurs again. San Antonio with the fast break.
A little raw skill-wise, but Sohan has that rare physical traits and a tremendous...
He swipes the ball away again.
Steal after steal, he's been everywhere.
Just an historic pace. He's approaching third most steals for a game.
Credit them for making the right halftime adjustments.
What it was, they are getting better shots, which has gotten them into a rhythm, and they're knocking down everything.
Here's Lee. And he...
I saw it.
Wow.
And he saw it. And they're refusing to take a break, even with a nice lead. They just continue to attack. You have to love it.
They've taken nothing for granted. You can see they're playing the moment rather than the score.
Back come the Spurs in transition. Now Ball. Jones with the ball. Guarded now by Ball. Jones misses.
I don't know what he was thinking. Maybe settling a score with his coach?
Or is he actually insane enough to think that he might be able to make that? Either way, we might see him sitting by himself for a while.
To the middle. The finish! And got it! Another basket!
90 points! A legendary performance!
We will be talking about this one for a long, long time. On the wing, Levine. A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter. And again, another missed shot. Yet another steal from him.
He's making history. Tied for third most steals in a single game.
Just incredible tenacity. He continues to hound the ball.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
And the Bulls shooting 67% for the... He swipes the ball away again.
Are you kidding me? Getting up and then throwing it down.
Oh, that was a big hammer right there. Pass to Vucevic. Tipped. Outside Johnson. Here's Lee into the lane. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Great ball movement there by Keldon, making the smart play.
The Bulls have gone just 1 of 3 in the second half. Nabbing another steal.
Gotta be careful around him.
Man, he's...
Okay.
Oh my goodness!
That is
cocked it back and fired it home.
Oh, indeed.
You know he's going to take a lot of shots out there. He's their #1 option right now.
And when you think of the time Johnson spent with the U.S. team, I mean, the coaches and players he was around, absolutely huge for this young player and his development.
And so the ball out of bounds. Jones touched it last. Bates Diop. He's checked in for San Antonio. Vassell comes in for Johnson. Williams is checked in for Chicago. Caruso comes in for White. Johnson was part of that U.S. team that played in 2021. Man, what a great experience, Graham.
Oh, B.A., I mean, I can speak in great detail how much you can gain playing for the U.S. team. Johnson continued to grow as a player after that summer and was a great addition to that team as well.
Now here's Caruso. here's Ball. Ball's doubled. Caruso outside. Outside, Williams. And it's out of bounds. Still Chicago's ball.
Bulls ball.
And here we have last season's best free throw shooting teams. The Bulls third.
In today's game, you have to capitalize on every chance you get at the stripe. And this is a team that takes pride in their performance from the line.
And the Spurs with some changes. Passy comes in for Collins. And Devontae Graham is subbed in for Jones. Drummond's checked in for Chicago. Green comes in for Zach LaVine. Here's Lee. Cranes the triple.
He's putting them to the test this quarter, attacking every chance he gets.
And here are the Bulls now. And they double up Ball. Pass to Green. Now Caruso. The ball's knocked loose. Here's Lee. And it's good. He hits another one. Oh, he's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
NBA, it feels like he can't miss.
Here's Ball. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game from him. Lee into the lane. The shot's good. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for San Antonio.
Their defense, it's their defense. It has been downright incredible so far. Being disruptive and coming up with steals left and right.
And we also got to talk about the number of points they've scored in transition. Just jumping all over the opposition in this regard. They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Good shooting can be contagious. You see the confidence running through this team right now.
Here's Lee driving inside, and he goes in for the dunk.
And since the halftime break, their offense has just been on another level.
You know, the coach has had something to say about that. No question, they've settled in and executed brilliantly.
Green finds Ball. Outside, Green. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Williams. A shot to stop the run, and he lays it in. Williams has got his second basket on the night.
That's just good basketball. Can't ask for a better look.
Here's Lee. He's guarded by Caruso. Hits the three-pointer.
His shot making has been superb this quarter. He's taken over this game.
And another fast break opportunity for the Spurs. Here we go.
Come on now, guys. That's flat out insane.
Hey, when's the last time you saw a jam like that? Here's Drummond. Here's Lee. Oh, another one falls.
And he's been dominant so far in this one.
Shouldering the offense. Really taking it to the opposition. Ball against Graham. Ball passes to Caruso. Just 5 on the clock. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Caruso's got his third bucket of the night. Here's Lee. And again. Oh, he's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
NBA, it feels like he can't miss.
And so it's San Antonio making this game a no contest. They poured it on early, and they've never let up. And they've racked up a ton of turnovers. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And from the two-guard spot, an unselfish play like this sets a fantastic tone.
Whatever the offense requires, that has to be your mindset. Always thinking team first.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the court for the Bulls, getting the fourth quarter going. We've got Green. Alex Caruso is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Terry in at the 3 slot. And the basket by Lee.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
And for the Bulls, their shooting has been spectacular. 67%. Just incredible. He swipes the ball away again. His anticipation has been off the charts.
Off the charts indeed, B.A. I mean, he's just taking the ball away with ease.
Shooting at a high clip, he's found ways to get quality looks.
Tipped away. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. There's a screen. To the right side. Clock at 6. Here's Terry. Oh, no good! Unable to end this run. Pass to Bates Diop. From deep. Out left to the wing. And again, another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He has been one step ahead of the defense all game long. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Here's Terry. And here's Caruso. Pass to Green. And rejected. And they forced the shot clock violation. Great D.
This is what we talk about, valuing each possession, avoiding those kinds of mistakes.
And that's how you defend. Glad we had a chance to see. So we see the Spurs taking the W here. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too. We saw the outstanding defense and a loaded offensive effort. They were just dominant out there.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Steve Smith, this is Brian Anderson with our 2K Sports crew signing off. We leave you now with our New Balance Player of the Game.